Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. Welcome to the Final Cut. And today we got an interesting action thriller for you that was recently released by Lionsgate out on VOD as well as select theaters. And the film is called Dirty Angels. It's directed by Martin Campbell, who brought us Casino Royale and Green Lantern, but he brought us some good Bond films at least. Martin gives us the story of Jake, played by Eva Green, who joins an all-female commando group who are going to pose as humanitarian workers to try to get across the border and get to an ISIS encampment where a group of teenagers have been kidnapped. But along the way, there is double cross scene going on. They have to deal with the conflict between ISIS and the Taliban, which they get caught up in, and Jake's own past ends up causing a rift within the group, and all these obstacles they have to overcome to try to save these teenagers before mean and nasty things happen to them. Yeah, Dirty Angels is a pretty by-the-numbers action thriller. There wasn't really anything new here. I did like the dynamic of the group, though. Eva Green as Jake. Eva always does well in whatever role she's in, and she makes the most of her character. We've seen kind of this character before where, it's a one with a kind of a rocky past that doesn't sit well with her fellow soldiers, and everybody's got to try to put their differences aside for the mission. And, while I did appreciate that, I wish that would have been smoothed out a little more. That felt a little bit clunky, and I didn't quite buy into the fact that her fellow soldiers would be so against her and what had happened, even if they didn't have all the details, but it's in there for the conflict, for another element to create an obstacle here and see them overcome that, to band together to rescue the teens. The bomb in here is played by Maria Bakalova, and Ruby Rose plays the medic. These two did fine with the characters they're given. They're pretty tropish. In fact, all of these pretty check off the boxes for a military group going into rescue. They're all experts in something. Maria Bakalova, she gets to have fun with explosives, and I liked what she brought to the character, the spirit she had with it. Ruby Rose, I think, does well for the short amount of time we really get her on screen. She does get to see some action, but they also play her character with a romantic angle with Dr. Mike, played by Edmund Kingsley, and I didn't need the romantic angle. I know why they put it in there as the film plays along, why exactly they had that element in there, and the only reason they did, and it wasn't really needed, unfortunately. Jojo T. Gibbs plays the geek, the tech head in this, and I really enjoyed her character and the attitude she brought to this character. She didn't feel like your generic computer whiz who's into tech in that. She really made it her own, and probably one of the coolest characters out of the group, next to Shooter, who's played by Emily Bruni, who does fantastic as the sniper of the group, and I think also puts in a really great performance. Everybody does well with the characters they're given. It's unfortunate that all of these characters are pretty much ones we've seen before, so there's nothing really new there. Not to say that the action scenes weren't intense and fun to watch. They get to be badasses. Everybody gets their moment to shine in the film, which I really appreciated. It wasn't just a couple of the bigger names in here. Reza Broherdi, and I hope I pronounced that right, plays Malik, the bad guy. Very scary individual, and he plays it up for sure. Just dives right into it, and I think that really helps with some of the slower scenes, or some of the scenes in here being a formidable foe. I think, especially the climax, what happens when we get the big showdown between everybody. That sequence I thought was really well directed. Martin Campbell really directs these action scenes well. It's unfortunate the script just had to be fairly by the numbers and basic with these characters, but everybody makes the most of what they have. Yeah, Dirty Angels is not reinventing the wheel. It's nothing really new here, but if you're fans of any of the folks involved in in this film, and you like some explosions and a pretty impressive final action sequence, then you may want to check it out. I had fun with it. Not sure if I'll revisit it, but yeah, it's going to be probably for a few select tastes in there. So thank you so much for watching. If you've seen Dirty Angels, please let me know what your thought and your constructive comments. Like, subscribe, bells and whistles, and all that here. I thank you for your support and for watching. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.